Hi guys, video 2 for our lesson 2. This is all about writing and evaluating expressions involving powers and exponents. Now if you got to print out this note sheet, you should have the exact same paper that I am writing on. So we're going to start with our vocab. Power is just writing a product of factors using an exponent and base. So what's a base? That's the common factor that you're rewriting, which on our picture is the big number 2, that blue number 2. Exponent, how many times the base is used, that's our smaller number 4. So for our first example, we're going to write the expression using exponents. So first we got to find our base. Number 1, find your base is base or bases. So what do we have here? We have -2 as a base and 3 as a base. So we'll have -2, so many number of times, and then we have times 3. Okay, we're not done here. How many times is -2 multiplied? 1, 2, 3. Its exponent is 3. How many times is the number 3 being multiplied? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have -2 to the 3rd power times 3 to the 4th. And that's it. Find our bases. And then we're going to count to find our exponents. So for 2, all of these letters are being multiplied, so they're factors. So that's how we find our bases, A and B. How many times is A being multiplied? 1, 2. 2 times. How many times is B being multiplied? 1, 2, 3. 3 times. So A squared times B cubed, or A to the 2nd power times B to the 3rd power. We have some practice problems that I would like you guys to do. Don't forget, find your base, find the number of times. So just base and then count. So for example 2, we're going to evaluate the exponent. Evaluate just means to find the number. Find the value. So you're just going to plug that into your calculator. If you don't have your TI-30, what we're going to need to do is rewrite this. So we have our base as -2 thirds. How many times is that being multiplied? 4 times. So you're going to do -2 thirds times -2 thirds times -2 thirds times -2 thirds. All right, and our answer is 16/81. Okay, and then when you practice, you're either going to just plug that into your TI-30 or you're going to multiply it out by hand. So you're going to have base as 4. And how many times is it going to be multiplied? 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And that'll give you your answer. Things to note is always, always, always use your parentheses. Use your parentheses. They're super important. Okay, our story problem. The deck of a skateboard has an area of about 2 to the 5th power times 7 square inches. What is the area of the skateboard deck? So this is just asking you to do the math. So you're just going to do in your calculator 2 to the 5th times 7. Or you could do 2, how many times? 5 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And don't forget that 7. So our answer for that is 224. So now it's your turn to practice. A school basketball court has an area of 2 to the 3rd power times 3 times 5 to the 2nd power times 7. So you can type that right into your calculator, or you can multiply it out. Example 4. Evaluate each expression if a equals 3 and b equals 5. So what's important here is to know that we're evaluating again. So we just need that value or a number. So where a equals 3 and b equals 5. I like to set up with parentheses. So we're just substituting. So I put parentheses where a goes and where b goes. And now I'm going to write them in. So if a equals 3, we're going to plug it in. When b equals 5, we're going to plug it in. We're going to do 3 squared plus 5 to the 4th power. And we are going to get 6. What do I get? 34. All right. So for number 2, we are going to substitute in a minus b squared. Let's rewrite that in black. And a minus b squared. So a is 3, b is 5. So we're going to do 3 minus 5, because we're starting with parentheses. Which equals negative 2. Then we need to square that. Negative 2 times negative 2 is 4. So that's what we got for example 4. So next you're going to practice H, I, and J. So again, evaluating, you're just going to get a number. We're going to substitute in these values for C and for C and D, and get our answer. That's all we have for our video. So just be careful, and we'll talk about it in class.